Keep all your game, highs and lows,
Hey, welcome back guys to another video. I'm here at Marston Fisheries today, over near Kingsbury. It's quite a big venue, plenty of lakes you can see in the background there. Loads of matches on today. It's going to be quite a full venue today. I've decided to come and do a pleasure fishing session. I'm on Sycamore, which is quite a big lake today. I'll come around and show you. So it's basically got an island in the middle, some reeds on the far bank. It's quite open, not really many features, but I've been told it's full of F1s, plenty of carp in here and plenty of silvers. So it's going to be one of those days where I'm just going to be fishing for pretty much anything. I'm going to try a few different techniques, just see if I can get the F1s going. But this is my peg and we're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to get set up and we'll be back in a little while. So I've just started. Decided to fish the maggot feeder to start off with. I'm going to give that an hour on the far bank, casting over to the far bank, see if we get a couple of bites. It's very early into the session, so we're going to just carry on fishing for a little while, see how it goes, and we'll be back in a little while. And there we go. Literally, that has only been 3 minutes. And we got our first bite, first fish on the maggot feeder. It's only a small fish, probably a small F1 is my guess. Yeah, small F1. There we go. Nice fish. Not a bad start. Like I say, that was literally only a few minutes. So if we carry on like that, I think we're in for a good day. So this is the second time I fished here at Marston's. First time I fished, I was in a match. We had 50-mile-an-hour winds. It was an horrendous day. Not had the opportunity to come back again, but I thought I'd come out today and have a pleasure fish on Sycamore. Wind's not too bad today. It's actually quite a nice day. Sun's coming out now. It's warming up. So not really sure what to expect today. Like I say, you know, not fished Sycamore before, so this particular pool, you know, and I'm only saying the second time on the venue, so difficult to know how you actually need to fish it to catch. But hopefully these simple techniques, maggot feeder and just some them fishing the pole line on the 2mm micros with either a sweet corn or expander or even maggot over the top may be the way to go, but we'll work it out through the day and see how we get on.
so say, highs and lows, highs and lows.
So I'm just casting, moving across to my right at the moment. I'm just searching the swim, trying to find out where the F1s are. I didn't get any more bites when I first started fishing, even though I had a fish very early on, within a few minutes. I didn't get another bite there. So moving across by about 3 foot, about a metre or so, and I did get another bite. I've just gone across a little bit more. Just trying to search the swim really, and then just identify where they're shoaled up. That's if they are shoaled up on here, but you can't just keep fishing that one swim. If you're not getting a bite, you've got to just try and move across. So I'm going to move to my right to start off with, once I've exhausted that part of the swim, and then I should come back and move to my left. Okay, so I gave the method feeder an hour. I only had the one fish and missed a bite, had a few indications. Decided to go on the pole where I've been priming that 2mm pellet line, and literally only within probably 5 minutes got myself another F1, so a little bit of a better fish. So we can get the hook out. There we go. Nice fish. Let's get him back in. So I decided just to really fish today like I would in a match. Hence why I only gave that maggot feeder an hour. That's what I'd probably do in a match if I wasn't catching on it. I'd then come back in or try basically a new line. So we'll go back out. So I'm fishing 6.5 foot. So fishing a tapered shotting pattern, 18 inches above the hook. So 6 inches initially from the hook. I've got my first number 9 stop, and then 2 inches apart, and then they just gradually get smaller and smaller in space, with the main bulk around 18 inches above the hook, mainly just to keep that stability. Like I say, 6.5 foot. I've got the wind as well. There is no tow today, which is good. So I'm fishing sweet corn over 2mm pellets at the moment. Just flick the rig out, let the shots do the work. As they drop in, the float will start to settle, and you can always tell when that bottom shot, as it's dropping through the water, that bottom shot will just register, and you'll see the float will just dink down a bit. There we go. So everything's in place. There we go, fish on. So this 11-metre line is definitely the one. I've had a few indications now. I've only been fishing it probably about 15 minutes now. Already caught one, missed a couple of bites, into my second. Looks like a slightly better one. There we go, another F1. They're getting bigger, which is good. Get that nicely in the top lip. There we go. Lovely F1. There's plenty of these in here. Let's get him back. Okay, so bit of cord on the hook. Repeat the process. Ball of 2mm. There we go, straight in. Look at that. That was almost as soon as that hook hit the bottom, we're in again. So there's 2mm lines working a treat. It's another F1. You can always tell these F1s, they're just great at fighting. I've got a number 9 elastic on today, so nice and soft. Even if I hook any of the big carp that are in here, I'm not going to have a problem getting it out. So there we go, another lovely F1. And need a disgorger on that one. It's just a little bit too far in the mouth there to hook that out. There we go. They're not very big. They're only probably 10 ounces, but still great sport. So repeat the process. As I always keep saying, and you hear on lots of different videos, it is all about a process. There's no point changing it if it's working. So piece of sweet corn on the hook. Got size 16 hook on today on this line. Small ball of micros. They're clearly feeding, so I want to put some feed in every time I catch a fish, or if I don't get a bite, I'll certainly feed within probably 5 minutes. But these bites now are coming fairly quick, so I mean that was literally as soon as I hook hit the bottom, float was under. So So I have put a shot on as well, dotted that float down, which that last bite, it was, the indication was much better. So there you go, shot has just hit the bottom, the last shot, it just registered on the float. So let's see how long this takes now. I'm going to set the stopwatch. And I'm expecting a bite within 2 minutes. There we go. So that bite came 1 minute, 48 seconds. This one's not as big, a little bit smaller. Another F1. Probably about 6 ounces, that one. There we go. That was nice and easy. The hook come out for me as I netted him. So put him back in. Repeat the process. Piece of cord on the hook and pot in some 2mm micros. So we're going to carry on and we'll be back in a little while.
Keep all your game, highs and lows, highs and lows. So say, highs and lows, highs and lows.
Okay, so we've been doing quite well. We're getting bites every 2 minutes, catching an F1, or we missed the bite, but we're pretty much getting a fish certainly every 5 minutes. But I'm getting bites every 2 minutes, but you know, they're just so finicky bites that you're just missing some. I've just put on 2 maggots instead of sweet corn. I just want to see now what happens with those bites, whether they a bit more positive or whether they're as finicky as they have been with that sweet corn on. So I've been getting lots of little lift bites, and then all of a sudden 30 seconds later it will go under when I was on the corn. So I just want to now see what happens with, there we go, just a little dink, then little lift bite, there we go, straight under. So the bite came quicker. There we go. That was a interesting little experiment there. So another F1. They're all F1s at the moment because you can just tell the way they fight, the way they come in. But I have noticed they're getting a little bit bigger, getting close to a pound now each time. I mean, I'm starting to lose count actually how many I've had. I'm not registering at all. I'm not tracking it. So 2 maggots on the hook. That bite came so much quicker then, and it was more positive. Little lift bite, but it did shoot under instead of just going under an inch, which is what was happening before. So back out again. Let's see if we can get that as quick as the other one. I'm not going to feed this time. I'm just going to wait and just see what happens. I did make up a pint of 2 mils when I started. I've almost gone through them, so I'm going to have to probably do some more in a minute. But there we go, little dink of the float then, just went down a little bit. Let's wait for it to go under. There we go. In again. So It's funny how you just get this little dink of the float, and then within 30 seconds it'll go under. That's the smaller one this time. That's fine. Can live with that. Still 7-8 ounces. A bit lively, this one. Hooked in the top lip, lovely. Plenty of these F1s about in here today. So, double maggot. I'm going to this time just put a bit more feed in, because it's been probably been 5 minutes since I put any in. Small ball of micros. I say a small ball of micros, there's probably at least 60-70 micros in that small ball, but they're happy to have that amount today. So I've been catching on corn, and now I'm catching on maggot. It appears it doesn't matter what I put on the hook. I've got some expanders. I've got 4mm, 6mm and 8mm expanders as well. So I might even put one of them on in a minute and just test it. So little lift bite just. Oh, there we go, fish on. So he was just sitting on there, holding onto the bait. As I lifted up, he was on. There you go, another F1, probably about 10, 11 ounce. Could even be a pound actually, this one. Oh, the hooks are coming out. As soon as I land them, sometimes the hooks just coming straight out. So it goes to show that when they do take the float under on that strike, you're just only really slightly hooking them. But you can't really wait for the float to go well under because that's just so finicky bites. So back out. I'm not going to feed this time. Like I say, the bites are coming every 30 seconds now. So much better when that wind drops. There you go, little lift bite. That's a proper lift bite. There we go. Float almost came right out of the water there. So they could be off the bottom actually. I mean, it's possible they don't want to be right on the bottom. They're just off a couple of inches, but slightly better fish. Wow, actually, it's probably much the same. But between 12 ounces to a pound there. Yeah, I mean, that one was actually nailed, that one, which won't surprise me because we had that quite a big lift bite. So I am going to do what I've said. I'm going to just come off the bottom 2 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to mark where my float is because I'm only pleasure fishing. I hadn't marked it when I started, and now I'm just going to come off, take off 2 inches there. 1, 2. There we go. Let's see if this makes any difference at all to those bites. Quite interesting now to see what happens. So I'm going to put 2 maggots on the hook, which is what they're taking at the moment. Albeit I think I've had sweet corn on, be much the same. I'm going to feed this time. Little ball, 2 mils. There we go. Right. So I'm 2 inches off the bottom. find my marker, far bank marker there, drop those in, just flick that rig over there to my right, just find that easier on my right hand side, don't know why, and let's just wait now. There we go. So they're definitely shallower. They're not on the deck. Well, they will take it off the deck, but the bites are just coming a bit longer. So feels like a slightly better one. I don't know, much the same. Around 12 ounces to a pound. Must be the normal stamper fish here. I'm sure there's bigger ones in here. There you go, hooks come out while it's in the net. Happens quite often. Pop him back in. And let's repeat the process. There we go, little dink then, little bite. Something's just holding it up now. Could strike, but I've missed more of those today where they're just holding it up. So I'll wait for this one to go under. There we go, and we're in. So that didn't take long. That's probably only a minute and a half back on this right hand line. So this is the way to go today. I don't see the point in coming off this now. A slightly better fish than what I was catching earlier, but then I did say that before and it was much the same. So I'm just probably putting up more of a fight. Yeah, another F1. As usual, plenty of them in here. Right in the top lip, absolutely perfect. And there we go. Plenty of F1s today, guys. I think we're going to catch one more. And I think we'll end it there. So let's get out there and see if we can catch one more for you guys. So key today has been started well. So the plan today was start off on that maggot feeder. I did catch one fish, missed a bite, had a couple of drop backs on the rod, but nothing there. So I fished it for an hour. So I really only had what I felt was 2 proper bites. Nothing came of that line really, so came onto this feeding 2mm micros over 11 metre at 11 metres and fishing sweet corn over the top, and I did swap to maggots, and this has been the line. Some indications, there we go, I've got a lift bite already. So today, main line has been this 2mm micro line, and that's what they've wanted. There we go, it's going to go under. If we can catch this one, there we go, we're in. Bring this one in slowly and nice and gently. So guys, if you've liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Hit the buttons. Make sure you press the notification. If you've got any comments, please leave some comments as well. Always helps. And if you enjoy catching F1s, then get out there, follow a similar process that I followed today, I've used today, and hopefully you'll catch some fish. So until next time guys, tight lines.